Hello and welcome to 10 Minute Takes. We are Jim and Sam, and this is the show where we like to give you our rating first and then discuss the things that we did or did not like about this film. We're going to ask each other a series of questions, and as always, you're along to jump into the talk with us in the comments below and give us your response to the things that we're asking. And so with that said, Sam, are you ready to give our rating?
Yes.
Today's film is Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. 3, 2, 1, wait for it.
You thought I was going to say see it.
I did. What did you guys think? Was it a see it, wait for it, or pass it? Have you seen it? If not, are you excited to see it? I'm actually shocked you gave it a wait for it. I couldn't read you in the theater when we were watching it. Didn't know if you were totally into it. Because between the two of us, you're the Potterhead. I haven't seen all the Potter movies. I haven't read the books. So, surprising for me to hear the bigger fan of the
I'll
household.
explain why.
So, with that said, let's get into the talk. So, Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Since I am the simpleton here between the two of us, with between the Potter knowledge, I'm not steeped in the lore, haven't read the books. I've only seen a handful of the Harry Potter movies.
I've only seen I'm really only a big fan of the Harry Potter franchise. This is
but you're a fan of the franchise. The last one I saw was Order of the Phoenix. And that was like, how long ago was that? That was the last one I saw in the theater outside of Fantastic Beasts 2.
All right.
So with that said, Sam, if someone asked you to give them a description of what Fantastic Beasts 2 was, how would you describe it for someone?
Okay.
This is a great description.
Thank you.
Knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
Home run, grand slam.
Thank you. Just give me a second, damn it. This is about a character named Newt who is a expert of beasts in the wizarding world and is using his beast to conquer the evil Grindelwald. How do you say it?
I think you got it right, Grindelwald.
Yes. Grindelwald who is trying to take over the wizarding world and make the Muggle world also a wizarding world. So he's trying to take over all of the universe's human Muggle world and he has to defeat them with his sidekicks. Well, the one tiny sidekick that helped out.
For me, the Harry Potter films is essentially like the ones that I've seen, and this one seems to follow the similar plot. It's a mystery. Like, there is a MacGuffin to the film, and the film plods along to like the realization of like what this mystery is.
Well, isn't that why Grindelwald was there? He's trying to take over the Muggling world and the Wizarding world.
I mean, sort of.
That's what I took away from it. At
the
end, he said like we want to be conqueror of the Muggle and Wizard world.
Yeah, that's true. The driving force of the plot is Credence. So Credence, it's all about the plot of this film is all about who is Credence. That's what this film is. And so
I guess
it's a 2+ hour film about trying to figure out who Credence is, his history, where he come from, and why he's so important to all these wizard people. So, well, you're not wrong, but Grindelwald's quest to want to conquer the world.
I felt like he was like a backstory because I think the next one he's going to be a big component. I think the reason, that's my takeaway, is that he's not even a big portion of the story yet, so he's not the main plot yet. He's just kind of the backstory that kind of shapes it all together in the end, and then you find out who he is in anticipation to the next one that's coming out in 2020.
But my rebuttal for that is that Credence is what everyone is after. He's the MacGuffin of the film. So when you have a MacGuffin of the film, MacGuffins are things in films that all the characters chase. And you don't know what the MacGuffins...
But rebuttal.
Oh,
no, I see what you're saying. I see that, yes, he was a focus point of what everybody was after, but he still wasn't... I didn't feel like he was the mainstream line of the movie.
No, he's not in it that much.
As far as Newt's quest is to... maybe I'm confused, because I felt like Newt's quest was to get Grindelwald's necklace.
They wanted to capture Grindelwald.
Well, yeah, so like his mission from Dumbledore was to get Grindelwald, right? Or was it not? Yeah.
No,
so
to capture Grindelwald, to stop Grindelwald from getting Credence, because Credence is like the
storyline, and I think that the other guy is just kind of there to snatch in some pieces and a little bit of a backstory line, and then he kind of, at the very end, you find out who he is in anticipation to the next film that's just going to be all about Grindelwald and him.
Now, as the bigger Harry Potter fan between the two of us, did you like the story of Credence? Did you like that whole element of the sort of like that's what they built the mystery of the film around, is who is Credence?
See, because I felt like it was such a backstory, I didn't feel like I was excited at the end to find out who he was, though, and it made me really happy on.
So you did like that? You liked the ending?
I liked the ending, like right. So I'm
super curious as to what like other Harry Potter fans if they liked that, because I have no idea if that messes up the canon with what happens in the Harry Potter movies.
I'm also confused about that because Dumbledore references in the movie that he lost a sister.
Be careful.
I know, but hang on. I just don't understand. Okay, never mind. That's totally spoiler territory. I'm just going to skip over that. You can just delete that. But I don't really... I liked it because I think I'm confused on why he is who he is, because the storyline or the plot line of his character and his development doesn't necessarily make sense completely, which I can talk to you about it at a different time and why, but I didn't understand why he was that person, but I was kind of excited for that to be the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to give it away. Like, I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead because the rest of this is like...
It'd be super spoilery. It'd just give away the whole end of the film. And there's a lot of red herrings that come up. Well, it's not a lot of red herrings, but there's like a sequence of events where he's like, oh, that's the realization of who this... Because there's other mysteries within the mystery. Like, everyone seems to be having like a missing brother or a dead relative that may not actually be dead. And so when all these mysteries start unraveling, you get these red herrings like, oh, that's who that person is, who they've been after. But it's like, wait, no, that's not who they've been after.
It was a lot of stories built on stories.
And then it's all like just, all the threads are closed up so close to one another that it was, it could confuse some people. I could possibly see some confusion there. It wasn't 100% clean, but even with that said, I was able to follow the film. One of the things that took me out of it from time to time is that there's a lot of Harry Potter. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's kind of just, to me, it comes off as like Harry Potter mumbo jumbo. Like, there's a lot of like wizarding.
That's what I loved about it. What is wrong with you? You are offending a Harry Potter fan right now.
So there's a lot of talk. Like, I don't know what the words are, but there's a lot of things where they're saying stuff, and I was kind of like, I'm not exactly sure what they're saying, but I get where it's going.
Okay, so wait, what part of the Harry Potter mumbo jumbo, as you put it, is what you're talking about? Are you talking about all the wizarding stuff? Or are you
like when they're in like the ministries,
way they talk to each other.
Like when they're in the ministries and they're using like their code words for what they call certain things.
But that's the joy of Harry Potter. Like, I feel like fun part of it. Like, the reason I liked this film better than the last Fantastic Beasts was because they put in a lot more wizarding world stuff. Mm-hmm. The biggest component that I missed from the first film was that it all took place, a majority of it took place in New York and then in his little suitcase world. Yeah. And I didn't care for that as much. But because they had put in more of the wizarding stuff, I really had a lot of fun with this film.
Yeah, I can see it.
I felt like it took the Harry Potter charm and put it in here, that the ones that I really liked and missed from Harry Potter, and they put it in here and it made it fun. So
you like that they added a lot of Harry Potter Wizarding World stuff.
Yes.
Now, for a film that's called Fantastic Beasts, did you feel like there's enough beasts in this film for you?
No. This is where I had my issue.
Yeah.
Is that it's called Fantastic Beasts, and even in the last one I didn't think there was a lot of beasts. Like, there was a couple big beast scenes, but there wasn't enough for me to be like, I feel like the ending, as much as I liked the ending in the last 45 minutes, which really pulled it from a pass it to a see it for me, actually, was the fact that the beast, there wasn't really a beast I wanted a beast to be the one to have victory over the final shenanigans.
I kind of like the way they ended it, because it ends in, a lot of people are going to compare this to Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Take that back. It's not that like Grindelwald wins, but it ends in not a hopeful manner, but
Yeah,
I kind of like that aspect. It's different because I feel like all the Harry Potter films kind of try to
and on a happy note.
Yeah, wrap up their stories without going into the next film. And for me, I was able to. That's one of the reasons why I fell out of the Harry Potter films.
Right, and I think the Harry Potter films, every film you watch is its own story, even if you don't, except for the last two, because they are connected.
Yeah.
But as far as Harry Potter, every film you watch, you can watch it as a standalone. What do you think that you can watch this film not watching the first one?
No, you need to see Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
No, you have to see Fantastic.
You
have to see where to find them.
You need to understand that arch from the first film to the second film. You don't really need to do that with Harry Potter. Because I didn't start getting into Harry Potter till the third film.
Feel like you could see I feel like you need to see the first Harry Potter film that sets it up. But then after you see the Sorcerer's Stone, I think you can watch the other ones without having seen the previous. Like for me, I've never seen the second Harry Potter film. I haven't seen the Chamber of Secrets. Right? That's the second one, right? Chamber of Secrets?
Yes.
Because I saw the first one, skipped the second one, saw Prisoner of Azkaban, and I absolutely love Prisoner of Azkaban, and I don't feel lost.
When Harry Potter was really big, I wasn't that into it. It was
Hold
after.
Up. We need to get back on track, because this is Fantastic Beasts.
I'm trying to explain my fandom here.
But I don't think you need to see the Harry Potter to see this. You need to see where to find them to see this one.
That's what I was trying to get to a point of saying that it's a different storyline and you have to really follow them. And even the next one, you're going to have to see this one to see the next one.
Because I'm sure the second one's going to pick up, or the third one will pick up right where this left off.
Exactly.
Next topic. Your favorite character in this film?
What's her name?
Ooh, a girl. Is it the one that Newt's in love with?
Yeah, I forget her name.
Tina.
I like Newt, though. I think Newt's fun, but yeah, I like Tina. And I actually really like Dumbledore.
Jude Law is really good. Jude Law, as he gets older, he's just becoming a better actor. I'm just liking him more and more as he's getting...
As Dumbledore, I was afraid that they were gonna... I didn't know what they were gonna do with Dumbledore, and I was kind of nervous, but I think he was really good.
I want to ask you something, I want to ask you something about Dumbledore, because J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, has been talking a lot about what she wants to do with Dumbledore and things that she thinks a character could go. J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, has come out and said that Dumbledore is actually gay or bisexual. In this one, do you feel like him and Grindelwald had a romantic relationship, even though they never showed it in a traditional manner?
It felt like it was a...
They had more of a romantic connection?
Yeah, it didn't feel... Because he says something that really strikes me, and then he has this vision, and as I'm looking at it, I looked at it as a relationship gone sour. Like in a romantic or in a more romantic sense. So I think if they do that with him, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think it would matter. And since he never has a companion anyways, like maybe Grindelwald was the love of his life. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going to make it. It's going to be interesting to see what J.K. Rowling does with it. And I think I'm wondering if she's really going to push forward for Dumbledore really being one of the main characters, because he never really was. But I'm wondering how that's going to transpire, because he ends up being the head of school of Hogwarts. So I don't know how he's going to go from like this very heavy character to being head of Hogwarts, even though he's supposed to be
I think the ending hints at he's going to get more active in the action and the fighting.
Right. That's
in
what
the
I'm
next
thinking.
couple of films.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're going to do something with the last object, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I will definitely see the next one, and I do think that these movies are getting better and better, so I'm really hoping that the third one's going to be the best of the three, because I was pleasantly surprised that this one was as fun as it was, and that's exactly what it was for me. It was a fun film that still isn't... I'm never going to think that Fantastic Beasts is better than the Harry Potter. I will always resort to that, to watching Harry Potter on the days that you're gone.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be fantastic. It's just going to be very interesting to see. But is she just going... My thought is she going to create and branch off and make him another book? Or is she going to continue with Fantastic Beasts if it's really going to be about Newt? But I just want them to put a little bit more beast in it.
Okay. Favorite scene.
When Newt is, there's like a sequence where Newt has one of the beasts and he's fighting the little like cat things. I thought that was adorable and
You
like
took mine.
all the way from
That's
the
mine.
beginning to the end. No,
That's my favorite scene too.
We're too much alike. This has got to stop.
Because that beast in particular, that's the coolest beast that we've seen in any of the films.
That's
that
what I'm
beast
saying.
is awesome.
Like, he was great.
It was like a giant lion cat thing.
I do like the water guy.
Yeah, he was in it for that one scene though. At least
At least the big beast was like a
at least the one that took him
the
from the
movie.
ministry to I think they went to a cemetery in Paris. That was a cool looking beast. I want more of that. I want more of those.
I want more beasts. Like big beasts, not like the little guys. The little guys
guys are cute. They're little animals.
But
they're like
they're
little
cute.
Pokemon. They're little Pokemon.
I was thinking that in the movie, but
Newt Scamander is just like a Pokemon
I think we
trainer.
have Pokemon on our brain. I think we've been watching the show, we've been playing the games. I think we just have Pokemon on our brain, but it felt a lot like Pokemon. Like
yeah.
I think the small
he just
beasts
wants to collect them all.
Right, and he said something kind of similar that like kind of made me think of Pokemon. I forget what it was, and I'm not going to say it, but it was. I just remember.
Now, my other favorite scene will be is the intro. Grindelwald's escape is awesome. A really cool opening sequence.
So this is going to be like a segue. So the beginning is a really cool scene, and then it flashes to him, Newt in the ministry waiting for his meeting, and then I kind of felt like they were in a world of Minecraft. Like the special effects of that part was really strange, and it felt like Newt was in Minecraft.
Yeah, there's a few times where I thought the special effects were really weak. And our favorite scene, which is their breakout with the giant beast from the ministry to Paris, like the cats in that scene that are like the guardian spirits of the ministry looked super fake. Even the person that walked around the corner that brought them looked super fake. Like the person didn't look real. The old lady looked like painted on. She didn't look like she was really there. Looked super fake. Part of what made it strange was they started using these camera angles that are first-person perspective camera angles. It's like when Newt goes to the ministry and starts talking to his brother, the camera cuts to Newt's perspective, and you're looking at his brother, and the brother's like
so many like head faces.
Yeah, like they're looking like the audience is looking at the character as the character is looking at the audience. It's almost like they're looking into the camera at you, and it was super strange.
I was happy that they stopped that after the first like 45 minutes because they were doing it a lot at one point, and I even looked at you and I was like, is it just me or is there a lot of like weird headshots? And they were like, yeah. And that was that turned me off a little bit. It was, is it a style?
I mean, sort of. It's never, I don't think it's been used in Harry Potter films before. But I feel like this is a case where the director who's been making the Harry Potter films since I think the sixth one. I think this is his sixth.
Oh, really?
I think this is his sixth Harry Potter film he's made. And I feel like sometimes when creatives feel like they get like sort of like bogged down, or maybe they might want to get reinvigorated with a.
He's trying to like find a new
They're trying to do
style.
something to make it exciting for him to go back to set to shoot. So I feel like these were things for them to try that they're like, all right, we've been doing the same thing for 6 movies now. Let's try something different. Let's try like this straight on perspective looking at.
Right.
Let's have Newt's brother look into the camera. Like the audience is Newt. Like trying to put us into Newt's shoes. Was there anything else about this film that you didn't like?
Not necessarily. I think that my biggest takeaway and why it was a wait for it is because it just was a little bit lacking in the beast, and I feel like I'm there to see them. So I really got my enjoyment in the beginning and then the last 45 minutes. So I feel like the middle was just an overlapping of constant different storylines, and it was like a ladder that just wasn't quite going up straight, and you just couldn't figure out. It's like one was going this way and another one was going this way, and I couldn't figure out. There wasn't like a straight path, and you weren't really sure where the story was going for a while.
Actually, I mean, that's a good point, because like you said, the stories are Newt Scamander, you have Dumbledore at Hogwarts, and you have like the wizarding police in that storyline. You had Grindelwald's.
You got the ministry.
And then you had
and then you had the Muggle character.
You had the Muggle character, then you had actual Credence, You could literally count. There's like 5 or 6 threads going on in this film at once.
So I think when you asked me to explain what the story was about, and I explained it, and you got a whole different take, I think that's an interesting perspective that we both got from the same movie. So I think.
But I think that's part of the film's problem.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not getting very well critiqued. And
it's not getting good reviews from people.
Not getting good reviews, not getting a good critique. And I don't think this is like an overall like bad film. I really enjoyed it. I like this better than the last one. But I just think that the middle was so jagged that I couldn't figure out what storyline they were talking about because there were so many. Like it should be a ladder. You should be able to just climb up, find the climax, and then go back down. And in the middle, you just were so confused on what story you were watching that it was kind of a little bit bizarre.
Yep, agreed. I did like the ending sequence with Grindelwald and all the wizards. The sort of the showdown of the film was really cool.
Yeah.
Probably that's well done. My only real issue was that it's like one of the characters in that sequence had a very anticlimactic end. And it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit at that point because that character was built up and they're like a major point of the whole film. And then they're just kind of like, doof, gone.
I thought that was kind of weird.
But yeah, we don't need to get into it because I don't want to. No spoilers.
Sorry. All right.
So we went really long on this one. Is that it for you?
Yeah. Well, we can chop it down.
So that's it for you. That's it for me. What did you guys think? Have you seen it? If you did, let us know what you thought in the comments below. If you haven't, are you excited to see it? Comment, let us know. And like and subscribe if you like this video. We have more coming. We do at least 2 a week. We did Boy Erased this week along with Fantastic Beasts. Next week is definitely Creed 2, and I'm not sure what the other film is that we're going to see. So
there's a few of them. Wreck-It Ralph's coming out, but
yeah, I want to try to keep it to like a big film and then see if do like an independent film.
No, I know. I just don't know if that's going to happen every week.
Well, there's a lot of independent films out to see. There's no shortage.
Oh, okay.
I do want to see that Melissa McCarthy movie. Could You Ever Forgive Me?
That does look good. Is that coming? That's coming out next week. I thought that was the week after.
It's been out for like a month.
Oh well, then we're late to the party.
I don't think anyone's talking about it though.
We have a bad habit of that. All right, great. Good job, Jim.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And as always, we will see you next time.